Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
In the first age, in the first battle, when the shadows first lengthened, one stood. He chose the path of perpetual torment. In his ravenous hatred, he found no peace, and with boiling blood, he scoured the unknown plains, seeking vengeance against the Dark Lords who had wronged him. And those that tasted the bite of his sword named him
Stone Cold Loki. Humanity, look how far you've fallen.
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brother. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki, and today we are going to talk about the Mandalorian. I have on my panel the birthday girl, the queen of queens from the Queen's Council, Reina Creole. Good morning, Reina.
Good morning, Loki. Good morning, Dave, Bob, and good morning to you all in the chat. And thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. Thank you.
I heard you stayed up pretty late last night partying. 21st birthday.
Yeah. Way later than I'd planned. But you know what? When the Dark Council comes on your chat, you got to party. To the end with them.
Yes. Yes. And my other co-host today is the rooster in the hen house, the one and only Dave Bob. Good morning, brother.
Good morning, Stone Loki and Lorena, and hello to everybody in the chat.
Positive Candor says my birthday is tomorrow, Loki. Well, happy birthday. Happy early birthday, Positive Candor.
Oh, and happy birthday, Lorena.
Happy early birthday, Positive Candor.
And Candor's going to be part of our Die Hard watch party this month. Towards the end of the month, we're going to have a Die Hard watch party. And next month, we are going to watch The Nightmare Before Christmas for December. That'll be our movie watch party for the next 2 months.
I love those two.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Na. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. But we're not here to talk about all that this morning. We are here to talk about the Mandalorian. And good morning, Yodam, Darkstar. Good morning, Kip Ellis, Derek McManus, Matthew Birkland, Psychodor 9, Chris Persia, the Wrench of Wrenches, the Battle Angel, Heiress of Chaos, Matthew Birkland. I think I said that already. Oh, good morning, everyone. Chris Persia, the Wrench of Wrenches, is here. Dee Dee Myers, good morning. Mark the Infinitely Tired. Mark and Infinitely Tired. Yeah, I didn't know that Disney created the Alien franchise. Well, they own it now. I guess they can do whatever they want to.
Well, Alien is Fox, right?
Right.
Fox, and guess who owns Fox Studios now?
Fat Steven E8 Ryan Johnson. He owns it, right? Fat Steven owns Fox.
I wish we'd probably get better shows.
Probably.
And no, I wasn't serious. We're it's your 21st birthday, because you can have those as many times as you want.
Exactly.
Yep. I don't hardly know any women that are older than 29.
No, not at all. Oh shit! Dega Outlaw. Good morning. He's off to lurking. So
morning.
this episode starts out like, I mean, it starts out just, he's coming back. He's hauling ass back from killing the crate dragon, and he gets ambushed. It's an ambush. I didn't think he was gonna fall for it. What did you guys think when you see this rope? It's the old rope gag, and you're like, nah, he's not gonna fall for that.
I figured it was probably gonna happen, but because he was going pretty dang fast. It'd be very hard to stop that quick.
Good morning, DJ Odyssey. Chris Burgess says so. It's a xenomorph princess in the works now. It's a queen. It's a queen. She lays eggs and they die
or get eaten.
That would be insane. A Star Wars crossover with aliens.
That opens up so many possibilities.
And then throw a predator into the mix.
Oh yeah,
definitely for good measure.
Oh yeah, and the predator uses Cartosis blades, so they could fight. He could fight a Jedi. He could fight a Jedi.
Yeah, that was pretty spectacular wreck too when that thing happened, and I was impressed that he landed on his feet and didn't fall at all. He just kind of flew off the bike and then I guess used his rocket pack or something, got turned around, and then he landed standing up facing them.
I almost want to say it's almost very Warner Brothers what they did, hiding the tripwire and pulling it the last minute.
Roadrunner and Coyote.
Yeah, exactly. It's it's the low tech laughs that seem to be the funniest, but that was pretty funny. I like that. But yeah, it's like he flipped off his bike and still managed to land, stick the landing. So
he stuck the landing. Zygo Ignite Jedi Predator. I want a Jedi Predator.
Oh wow,
that would be a bad dude there.
For real.
He'd have to be a Sith Lord. No way he would be a Jedi. He'd have to be a Sith.
Most likely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess they ambushed him for the child, because that's the first thing they said was get the child.
Yep, get the child. We still don't have a name for Baby Yoda. Mm-hmm. Although he did steal this episode.
Oh yeah.
Baby Yoda stole this episode again.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Even though you get Dave Filoni in an X-Wing later. Baby Yoda stole the episode. There's a scene with that they get the child, and they're holding him hostage, and the Mandalorian's like, well, you're never gonna make it out of here alive. If you touch that baby, if you hurt that baby in any way, shape, or form, I will hunt you down to the ends of the galaxy, and I will take you out. And they agree. Okay, give me the child, and I will give you my jetpack.
Mm-hmm.
And who didn't see this one coming?
And naturally, it's a Jawa.
Of course.
So he hands the jetpack over, and the Jawa takes the jetpack and is like taking off. Ooh, TD. And he hits this button on his wrist, and the jetpack flies him off. And then you just see a Jawa go splat. And I mean, that was some funny shit.
That was.
That just the yelp he let out. And, and then the jetpack coming back down, clink, and then falls over with just like a clunk. That was just hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I will give the Mandalorian this. The dude is strong. He probably carried, including his armor, he probably had over 100 pounds strapped to him walking back to Mos Eisley.
With as many nuggets as Baby Yoda eats, he's probably like 50, 60 pounds just on his own.
Dense little dude.
But yeah, so he packs up all the stuff he had on his bike and walks to Mos Eisley. And of course, the first place he goes is the cantina,
Of
the Mos
course.
Eisley cantina. And Loriana immediately pointed out the table he goes to is Solo's table.
Yep.
It's the table Solo was sitting at in the original Star Wars movie.
It's like, again, it's another, it's another member berry. I mean, it was cool to see, don't get me wrong, but then again, because this episode feels like such filler, it's too soon, I felt, for me.
Yeah, that's been the issue is you've got 2 episodes now that have been filler episodes. Now, I like this episode more than I liked the last episode because it was funny. You honestly had some funny moments. But it both filler episodes. It's adventures and babysitting Baby Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he always gets into trouble. I mean, there's no way out of it.
So Eastland Burkholder asked, Baby Yoda eats chicken nuggets. Loriana, do you want to tell the chat exactly what Baby Yoda's eating?
Baby Yoda is eating little frog baby eggs.
There is an alien that hitched a ride on the Mandalorian's ship. This is part of the deal so he can get a hold of more Mandalorians. They know where Mandalorians are, so just give this wonderful woman who has eggs that she's trying to get to her husband to get fertilized, give her a ride, the frog lady a ride, and we'll tell you where the Mandalorians are.
And the hitch is they cannot go sublight. They have to go sublight. They can't go faster than light.
Mm-hmm.
It's only one system over.
Yep.
And that just, yeah. And one system over, can't go to light speed.
Mm-mm.
You know something's going to happen.
Yeah, because they're sitting ducks, basically.
That's just a setup right there.
Mm-hmm.
So she puts her eggs down in the hold. And of course, Baby Yoda goes down there and is like, nuggets!
Woo! Time to eat.
Mando's always a Mando goes down there and slaps his hand. No.
Just like a little kid who sees, tasty snacks. No, you can't have it. I'm gonna get it one way or another.
Lorena made a point. The mama frog with all them eggs. I would be pretty sure she'd keep a pretty close count on those things.
That was because that's the thing that really, really that's the plot point that kind of bothered me. It bothered me that, she's got to keep count of her eggs. And when she finds out that count is short, isn't she going to lose her crap? And I was expecting for that to happen. And, it didn't.
Yeah, they never ever touch on the fact that Baby Yoda's, eating your eggs. Yeah, Mando knows, but Mama don't know.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you really don't know how many he scarfed.
No.
Seems like every time you turn around, he's got another one.
Mm-hmm. He probably had one in his pocket too. So
yeah, well, he did. He did at the end.
Emergency chicken nugget.
Yeah, emergency chicken nugget. It's like poor Baby Yoda.
It wouldn't surprise me if he had 2 or 3 more stashed around the ship somewhere.
Oh heck yeah! Emergency stash.
Eastland Burkholder asked, do people resent member berries or like them? If they're used correctly, I don't mind. What do you guys think?
I don't mind them so much as long as they just don't have so many of them. You can't be hit with too many of them at once. Like last week, there were way too many.
Yeah, and I think with this one, just because it's too close. They're back on Tatooine, and it's cool seeing the Mos Eisley Cantina and all of that, but it's just too early. I liked the member berry. Again, like Dave Bob said, there wasn't as many in this episode as the previous one where they were just coming at you from all angles. But it just feels too soon.
Yeah, too much too soon. Seeing a member berry should be like something special.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, when you see, okay, like the first season, when you see the that one guy getting turned on the spit, what's his name's little creature, Jabba's little creature.
One
Can't
that ate
remember.
3PO's eye.
Yeah, the one that ate 3PO's eye.
Salacious Crumb.
Yes,
That laugh.
yes. You know, seeing something like that, okay, that's fine. Little things in the background, okay, that's fine. If they try and push it though, like every 5 minutes, or it's just like the only reason why we did this was to get your attention, I'm not cool with it. I don't like it.
No, I mean, with the Mos Eisley Cantina scene, it's like, okay, if they would have just walked in and you just saw the bar and they had the glass of green milk, okay, that's pretty cool. They could have stopped there, but then panning to where it's obvious that's where, Han Solo was sitting. That was just kind of pushing it a little too much. Member berries should be something that just kind of piques your memories, not
I wasn't paying a
something
whole
that
lot of
constantly
attention.
moves.
I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention, but if you go back, I might have to go back and watch it and see if the blaster marks on the wall where old Greedo missed him.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
And Psychodorf 9 mentions needing another planet than Tatooine. If they go back to Tatooine this season, I'm going to be pissed. Don't go back to Tatooine. We're done.
Yeah. We need to be done with that.
We also, later in this episode, you get a Hoth replica. It's not Hoth, but
we were wondering. Me and Lorenda were wondering: are we going to see a Wampa?
Yeah.
Are we gonna? Is a one-armed Wampa going to come out and be like, "I asked you to snow monsters ball"?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh.
One-armed Wampa.
Well, they did that in one of the books. Believe it or not, they did that in one of the books. Luke, Han, Leia, they were running from the remnant of the Empire in one of the books, and they went to Hoth, and they were staying at Echo Base on Hoth, and it was all sealed up. And Luke was like, Luke's like, something's wrong, and they go outside, and there's an army of Wampas led by a one-armed Wampa that's like, bitch, I smelled you. I knew you were back. And you're like, oh, shit.
I actually think I saw some kind of a film on that, and it was showing some cut scenes in the original movie on Hoth where they were busting through some of the walls in there or something.
Might have been when the Empire was attacking.
Yeah, it may have been, but they had a bunch of the Wampas inside the base. At least, 2 or 3 of them. I can't remember what I saw that on though. Oh well.
And the Eastland Burkholder, a show must add to it, not just use the previous work like the kid who never does. Yes, his own homework.
Exactly.
Yes, if used correctly, it can be touching, it can be heartfelt, it can be like, oh man, this is the coolest thing. But yeah, if they use it to try and like tell the whole story, you're just like, no.
Yeah, because that was my issue with the first with the season opener, especially with Boba Fett's armor. It's just like, okay, that's like one of the biggest member berries, and they use that. And again, it's when they use that, it's like you don't have enough faith. If they put it this way, when they use the member berries too much, it's like they don't have enough faith in the world that they created, that they have to go back from that and pull from that.
Right. And the Marshall's speeder, looked like the pod race, one of the pods off the pod racer.
It was one of Anakin's engines from his pod racer. It was one of Anakin's engines from his pod racer.
Too soon.
Yeah, too soon.
Way too soon.
Psychodorf, my member berry should be the cherry, not the sundae. Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
So he goes up and the Mandalorian takes off. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do this run to this neighboring system at sublight and get stopped by 2 X-Wings. And of course, you hear those engines and you're like, yeah, they're
Mhm.
nailing the aesthetics. They really are. It's just the episodes are so far, you're like, it's funny, but what did we really do this week? Where are we going and what did we really do this week? They've been 2 filler episodes.
Yep.
And of course, one of the pilots is Dave Filoni. And they want to
Mhm.
scan the Razor Crest, and they want him. Why don't you have your transponder on? Oh, I'm pre-Empire. I don't have a transponder. Well, you need a transponder. Send us a ping.
Ping ain't working.
Ping ain't working. Oh, well, then you're
Mm-mm.
gonna get impounded. Okay. Oh, look, there it is. I've got one. Hold on. And then you hear Dave Filoni go switch to channel 2, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah,
then
that.
the X-wings slap open.
Yeah, it's like, that's not good. This is like a traffic stop in Cops gone wrong. Okay, let's run the plate. Okay, come here for a minute.
Bad boys, bad boys.
Yeah, everything down to when Mandalorian decides, okay, I'm out of here. They're like, we've got a runner. I'm like, crap.
Yep. And there he goes, right into a neighboring ice planet.
And how convenient.
You can hear Sheriff John Bennell narrating, and there he goes, right into a neighboring ice planet.
There he is, ducking in and out of clouds.
Mm-hmm. Don't know how they're going to get out of this one.
But yeah, they do like a fly through the clouds. He ends up crashing on the planet and hiding, and then they fall into like this ice pit, and they're chilling.
Yeah.
And of course, Baby Yoda's back to getting the ladies' eggs and scarfing them.
I need one for the road.
And you don't really know how many of them he scarfed at that point, because he's been down there for a while, because they were knocked out for a little while. They were, unconscious. And Baby Yoda was down there under a tarp with the eggs.
Yeah.
Oh. And then honestly, that saved the episode. It really did. If not, this would have been like till the very end. It would have been an episode. This was written by Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
So
it was not one of his best works. This was kind of, in my opinion, just a phone-in episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to agree. It's like it wasn't good. It wasn't awful, but it was just kind of there. It's a C effort. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You did average.
Yeah, they did average. Lorena called it. The reptilian mother of these eggs takes off. You don't know where she went. Mandalorian and the Baby Yoda go to find her, and they find her in this like warm springs, like a hot springs, on this ice planet, right? It's like, ooh, hot bath on an ice planet. And Mandalorians start picking up the eggs, and of course, Baby Yoda's like, I want one. I want a nugget. More nugget.
Give it to me.
And he has to, slap the hand again and be like, no, no, no.
Bad.
No. And that's when the shit really, really goes down. Baby Yoda notices that there's like these ice eggs. And again, Lorena called it. Oh, I'm getting alien vibe. Aliens.
Alien. He starts sliding in there, and you see them all, all the ice eggs and little groups. And I swear it's almost shot for shot, like the scene from Alien when they're in the cave and they're looking and they have, the searchlights. And I was halfway waiting. I was kind of disappointed that when Baby Yoda dug into that egg, that, the ice spider didn't fly out and attach to his face. I was waiting for that.
No, he just ate it. He ate it. The little garbage competitor ate it. And Spike and Mandis, did anyone else get pissed at Baby Yoda for being such a little prick?
Oh, yeah.
But he's
Oh,
so
yeah.
cute, you just can't hold it against him.
No.
For the first time, I think you see him run fast.
Yeah.
When he
Oh, yeah.
realized
He was hot-footed, like, okay, I made a mistake. Okay, not good to eat everything I see. Okay.
Them spiders first got after him. That little tunic of his was sweeping that snow clean.
Mark David tied, that was brilliant and funny. Baby Yoda has a belly bigger instead of a face hugger.
Yeah.
So all the spiders start coming out, and you're like, holy shit. And then you hear the rumbling. And I knew as soon as I heard the rumbling, I was all shit, here comes Mama. And Mama big. And you immediately, me and Lorena both at the same time, Aragog! It's fucking Harry Potter, all the baby spiders, and then you've got Aragog. Goodbye, Aragog. You were a great spider.
Yes.
A wonderful friend, Aragog.
I wouldn't have gotten that because I've never seen Harry Potter, but
yeah, that was straight out just, I don't want to call it a mod. Maybe, well, we'll just say they borrowed it, just like they borrowed the worm thing from Dune for the previous episode. Yeah, if you didn't know, you wouldn't catch it. But like Loki said, if you've seen the Harry Potter movies, as soon as you saw that huge ass ice spider, you knew exactly what they were taking it from.
And I've got something.
The way the frog lady, when she got
Not right. But we were thinking it.
And that is straight from Pat Stevens Seagal. Thank you so very much.
Oh, hey, Pat Steven.
Yeah, you eat Ryan Johnson. Pat Steven eats everything. Baby Yoda eats everything. I've never seen Pat Steven on camera. Huh. The light bulb's going off.
You think they're one and the same?
Pat Steven, are you Baby Yoda? Do you work for Disney, Pat Steven? Oh, shit. Pat Mr. Miyagi. Yeah. Wax on, wax
funny.
up.
Yeah, I liked when they were running from the spiders. Of course, he's throwing bombs, trying to stop them, and shooting his flamethrower and everything. And the frog lady, she decides she's going too slow on two legs, so she starts hopping. She looks just like a big old bullfrog hopping.
Neither confirms nor denies.
No comment.
Now he's got to do a meme with his body with Baby Yoda's head. Oh shit. I thought immediately open with the flamethrower. Why are you not opening with the flamethrower?
Yeah.
Why are you pulling out your pistol and shooting them one by one? There's thousands of them. Do the AoE damage and just bust out the flamethrower. Eventually he does. But it was like a mad dash to get to the ship.
Right. Yeah. And then when they got there, naturally, the spiders follow them in because there's a big hole in the side of the ship, big giant hole.
Oh yeah, so they're immediately in, and you're like, yeah, they ain't getting out of this. Where are you going? What are you gonna do? You gonna hide in the hold? No. They go up to the cockpit, and the spiders are getting in the cockpit. And it looks like this is the end for Baby Yoda. One of the spiders is on top of his head. Looks like it's going to drill a hole into the top of its head. When the frog lady pulls out a blaster and blasts the spiders. And the Mandalorian even takes a minute to look at the frog lady and be like a little nod, like, thank you.
Yeah, and earlier in the episode, I forgot about it. She kind of shamed him into still helping her out because he was, pretty much going to give it up and just say, look, everything, with all this crap going on, I'm not going to be able to fulfill the contract.
Yep.
And she kind of shamed him into it.
Oh, of course. The ship was broken. The ship crash landed on an ice planet. The ship was broken. He's pissed off. He just wants to get back to business as usual, which isn't going to happen because he's running around babysitting Baby Yoda. I saw a tweet this morning from Echo Bay saying, "What the hell is this? Why are we experiencing adventures in babysitting Baby Yoda?"
Yeah.
And they're right. They are right. That's what this is. That it is adventures in babysitting Baby Yoda so far. We haven't really got anywhere. They haven't really moved the plot along. I'm looking for Mandalorians and babysitting Baby Yoda.
That's what has me especially irritated is there's no progress. I mean, it's just kind of, in a holding pattern, and it's around the Tatooine area. I mean, that's almost like a damn black hole that keeps sucking him back.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's what it is. It's just a black hole that keeps sucking them back, and they're revolving everything around Tatooine so far. And I'm just like, no, get away from Tatooine. We've been to Tatooine in every single episode so far this week. They did multiple episodes of Tatooine last season. You just get away from it. New places. We want to see new places. If we want nostalgia, but
that's a big universe. They don't have to just hang around, just one or two areas.
And Mark, yes, it did feel like Star Wars. And that's where I'm going to give it props, and that's where it's going to get the point. The humor was good.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like Star Wars. You feel like you're in the Star Wars universe. It's just they have other places they can go. You don't have to do a desert planet and a ice planet. And, okay, we're going from Tatooine to Hoth Point 2.0 or whatever. And yeah, a bit of Alien and H.P. Lovecraft thrown in. Did feel like that. It really did. The Mandalorian is cornered. Of course, they're all cornered, and they're in the cockpit of the Razor Crest when another giant spider, because he killed the first one, the mama you see, he killed that one, and then you get a new one, another big one. I guess they put out the call. Yeah, it might have been Daddy, or that might have been Daddy the first time. You might have had Mama the second time. Who knows? Or it could have been two mamas. Who the hell knows? And that is when you hear the Taman Bach lasers coming off that X-Wing.
And it tore that big old spider a new one.
Yes, it did. And you immediately know, you hear things like that and you know what it is. It's impossible not to know. Any Star Wars fan is going to know the sound of those Incom cannons, those laser cannons that are on the Incom X-Wing. You know it. You know it. You love it. And more member berries, but at least they're using it in a good way. And they're not getting it wrong. The X-Wings look right. They sound right. They fire right. Everything about those X-Wings was right. So I'll give them more props for that at least when they do a callback, they are doing it right. And it's not completely out of place. It doesn't sound wrong. It doesn't look wrong. It's good. From the uniforms to the ships to the sounds they're making, they look right and they sound right. That is one of the things I give Discovery a lot of crap for, is you might get a sound here or there that sounds right, but it's completely off. It's not in the right place, or it's not the right look, or they don't care about the aesthetics that are supposed to be there. At least Favreau and Filoni give a shit about the way things are supposed to look and sound and feel. You know, when those X-Wings popped, when those X-Wings went into attack position, I was like, oh shit, you immediately know what's going on.
Yep. I really enjoyed. Technically, they're superb with how they handle the look and feel of the universe, as far as the parts that we see. It's spot on. But like I said, it's a very small universe, or part of the universe. They need to expand it a little bit.
They do. And the Dag Outlaw makes a good point. The easy planets are cheap to film for. A place like Coruscant would cost a lot more. Yeah, it's true, Adega. It's very, very, very true. So you get the X-Wing pilots. The X-Wing pilots save the Mandalorian and the child and the frog lady and the eggs, and explain to the Mandalorian. They say, "Look, we've got a warrant out for you, but we've also got a transmission from back when they did the Prison Break episode that you saved Lieutenant. I can't even remember his name now." And were the reason why we caught 3 other fugitives. And he's like, are you going to arrest me? And they were like, well, I tell you what, you get a transponder on that ship and you fix it and get out of here and we'll let it go. But you need to get a transponder for your ship. And he's like, oh, will you help me seal this hole? And they're just like, no. And they get back in their X-Wings and take off. So they've got to make the whole trip back. They got to make the whole trip to where they're going to go without being able to leave the cockpit.
Yeah, and he has to seal it up, because when the spider was on there, he poked 2 or 3 big holes in the cockpit.
Yep. So they have to make sure the cockpit can maintain pressure. They have to fix the engine. I think one of the engines was damaged before they can even try and take off. And they were having problems with the power supply too.
Mm-hmm. But they finally get all that knocked out, and then he makes a very crappy takeoff. Like I said, that little ship right there, it can take a licking and it'll keep on ticking.
Yeah. And that's pretty much that's what you get. The very last scene is the frog mom holding her backpack full of eggs, and it's like in a big glass container. And Baby Yoda looks back at him, and she like hugs him like, no, you're not getting any of these.
Yeah, and then he turns around and slips one out of his pocket.
Yeah, he had one of those eggs. He had one of these ladies' eggs still in his pocket that he hid for later. He's like, I still got a nugget from earlier. And pops that in his mouth, and that, yeah.
Well, the humor in this one saved the episode. If it hadn't been as funny as it was, it would have been a lot worse than it could have been.
And that's what really saved this episode. You get some good use of old tech with the X-Wings, and the humor. Mos Eisley Cantina is always great to see. I love Mos Eisley Cantina. I wish they actually had done that at Disney World and Disneyland with the Star Wars stuff. They should have done that. That should have been what it was. They made a huge mistake, because who doesn't want to go into Mos Eisley Cantina?
Yeah, I think that's what they originally had planned on doing, but KK put the squash on it.
Yeah, KK put the kibosh on it. You could have had all the Moss cantinas, because you've got Mos Eisley, you've got Mos Espa. I think that's the name of it, Mos Espa. You've got different ports on Tatooine, and you could have had those throughout the park. You could have had 2 or 3 of those cantinas throughout the park that people could eat at, drink at. You walk in, of course, play that same song. Okay, dun 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 dun. And instead, it is what it is. It's that other place that no one knows about. That's when you use nostalgia to bring people in. That is when you use nostalgia to bring people in. Anybody who here doesn't want to go to Mos Eisley Cantina? You know what, chat? Throw a 1 in chat if you want to go to Mos Eisley Cantina. Throw a 0 if you don't care. If you don't care what Star Wars Land has, throw a 0 in. If you actually want to go into Mos Eisley Cantina and get a seat at Han Solo's table and check it out, throw 1 in chat. No, that guy says this is not spoiler free. We just did a whole rundown of the episode. And Eastland Burkholder, yeah, KK must remember that we pay for the tickets. Yeah, we pay for the tickets.
A lot of ones.
A lot of ones, and a 1 with a blaster. Mark the infant retired. A lot of ones. 69 from Pat Stevens. Of course, it'd be a 69.
He's still looking for some frog eggs.
Yeah, the youngsters aren't paying for tickets. Hell no, they aren't. Hell no, they aren't. The youngsters aren't paying for tickets. They're not paying for merch. They're not paying for sets. They don't care. They watch it once and that's it. And if that is the kind of fans you want, by all means, go about it that way. But it's a mistake. Because we pay for merch, we pay for books, we pay for toys, we pay for sets. We want our physical media. We want our physical goods. If you want to sell to a new generation, by all means, sell to a new generation. But when you're slapping the original fans in the face and going, well, you don't really matter, well, you get what you ask for.
Yeah, yeah, Philip, that was pretty nice the way she cannibalized the bounty droid to talk to him, because they couldn't. I think she could understand standard, but the Mandalorian, he couldn't understand whatever language she was speaking, and she cannibalized the bounty droid to get its vocalator to where she could speak to him, or the translator, whatever.
Naughty Monkey OREF, yeah, they got them fans. Not this one. Mother Chicken Siamese. Hope you get some rest. I hope you get some rest. Take it easy. Thank you so much for being here. Who is buying expensive lightsabers? Not I. Not right now. I even saw the Revan one, and it's going to be a bitch to hold. No. I'm sure to display something like that. That's cool. You go to, what is it? The Elite Sabers, or there's one that makes like $500 lightsabers. That's really badass. Who's buying that shit? Nobody.
Well, that's just the whole theme park is pretty much tanked. That particular part of it, nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit. Of course, I wanted a Rancor tooth lightsaber when I first saw one, but it's as soon as I saw that thing where they're like, Rey is the most important Jedi in the galaxy. We're going to teach you how to make a lightsaber just like Rey. And I'm like, okay, Rey didn't, because that came out before even the last movie. And you're like, that's not even how she made her. She cannibalized two sabers to. Don't get me started on the sequel trilogy.
I'll have to just say I didn't see the last one, so I walked out in the middle of The Last Jedi. I've never even seen that one all the way through to the end.
Really?
Yep. Whenever Holdo did the Holdo maneuver, the light speed maneuver, and destroyed half the fleet, I just hollered bullshit. My wife was pissed. She was embarrassed, and I just got up and walked out. So that's as far as I got in that movie.
Naughty Monkey arrest Saber Forge, yes, and Ultra Sabers. That's the one I was thinking of, because that's the one I look at, or I used to look at all the time, that I wanted one from. I wanted the Guardian lightsaber, which is based off of Obi-Wan's from episode 1, I think, or episode 3. I'm not sure. But the Ultra Sabers one, the Guardian lightsaber from Ultra Saber, that's the one I always look at. I'm like, well, one day when I have $400 to spend and I can just spend it. Ultra Saber.
I've always been partial to the blue blades.
Oh, I love the green and the purple. I've always been a green lightsaber fan. Of course, green. Come on. It's Loki. Of course, I want a green one. Mark the Influence. I just commissioned one from Robert Pearson. I should. Robert Pearson is like the Q branch of Valhalla, and I should. I absolutely should. The soundboards, I know they are extremely difficult to fit everything in there with the soundboard and the RGB lighting and all of that. And you just like, man, they're so cool. Any color you want, you can switch on the fly. But yeah, that's what we got. We got a mediocre episode that had funny things and callbacks.
Yeah, nothing substantial, nothing that gives a sense of urgency that the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda are being hunted. We get no sense of urgency with that.
No.
And this is the second episode where this is happening.
Yeah. Nothing
And
is moving the plot along at all. It's just
nothing.
Like they're just standing still with the
exactly.
With what's going on.
And I know I was telling Loki, we were discussing it while we were watching the episode. One of the things that this indicates is that there isn't one showrunner coherently connecting the dots. Because if you're the showrunner, you know how the season's supposed to start and the season's supposed to end. And they're not doing it. And it's I could give them a pass the first episode, but after the second one, it's just no. Who's running the show?
Do you think this is just a part of what Disney's doing? Because they did it with the sequel trilogy. They didn't have one person doing the whole thing, and they should have. JJ wouldn't do it, and if JJ wouldn't have done it from the start, I would have hired somebody. Yeah, and you know what? Hate me for this all you want. Rian Johnson, as bad of a job as he did on The Last Jedi, if you had a coherent story from beginning to end, at least I can accept that. I could accept that. Well, it was shitty. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like the way they did this and that. But it had a coherent story from beginning to end. Having JJ do one, then having Rian Johnson do one, then having JJ come back and try and tell the story he wanted, it does not work.
No, I agree. And JJ is notorious for not knowing how to wrap up a storyline.
Yep.
And it happened with Lost. That's why I was like, you know what? I don't want to ever watch anything associated with JJ Abrams ever again. It's just horrible.
Well, KK fired the director that was supposed to do the last one.
Yep.
Oh, Colin Trevorrow. Yeah. Which was a mistake.
I mean, that right there, I think, is what, he was arguing with, Ryan about, when Luke was going to die and everything, or, what to do. Because he was going to try to have Luke in the final one, still alive.
Yep. And that obviously didn't happen. They wanted to get rid of Luke as soon as possible. And they've talked about that. They've talked about that in Lucasfilm. They detest Luke. And they said it was because every time anything came in with Luke Skywalker, he takes over the damn movie. And that's what he's supposed to do. He's Luke.
Exactly.
He's Skywalker.
He's Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. He's supposed to.
Not old man Jake.
Exactly. Drinking fermented booby milk. God, that was just horrible.
Yeah, the three main characters in the movie, anytime they came in, they stole the scene, and they couldn't have that. They had to have, try to push their new characters and their new agenda.
Yeah. And I like what you said. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I wouldn't have an issue with them bringing in new characters so long as it respected the previous lore. If they would have respected the character of Luke Skywalker, they could have brought in all the original characters that they wanted, but instead they had to trash that character just to build up their new ones. And to me, that's unforgivable.
Well, and their new characters were, not well written, and
no,
you don't care about them. It's like, people have been compared. If it had been more like the Karate Kid, where, you have the those two, and then you bring in the other actors, and you start caring about them because they're well written and they're just, they're part of the lore.
Cobra Kai killed it with that. They really did.
Yeah. Every little thing that they throw in Cobra Kai is there for a reason and makes a point. Any callbacks, any memories, anything they touch on, to the music, to the flashbacks, it's all there for a reason. It's like when Daniel and what's, oh God, the blonde dude that runs Cobra Kai. Why can't I think of his name? Johnny.
Yeah.
When Daniel and Johnny are in the car and that music comes on, and it's the music from the first Karate Kid movie, and then he's like, Johnny's like, you like, this band? And he's like, yeah, dude, I love it. And he's like, huh, like maybe they aren't so different after all.
Yeah. That's a good member berry use. That's a good one.
Maybe they do have something in common.
Pat Stevens got us
Daniel's son used the force instead of wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax the force.
And thank you so very much, Fat Steven, for that $2 Canadian super chat. And brother,
thank
you. Here we go. You guys want to do it with me?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Score!
There it is! It's you! Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Oh, it never gets old. I love it.
Yeah, love that dollar bill.
Love that dollar bill. Take your hat off. Eastland Burkholder, watch Blake 7, the background characters on the screen for less than a minute. You actually care when they die. It is good writing. Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. And so far, unfortunately, for Dave and for John, I'm just like, I'm indifferent about the whole second season so far. Maybe it'll build into something good, but right now I'm just like,
It's early, but there's only 6 episodes left.
Yep, 6 episodes left.
Wow.
You've got all these good characters coming in too. You've got Katie Sackhoff. You've got Cara Dune. You've got Katie Sackhoff. You've got Ahsoka Tano coming.
Yeah.
Why are we just getting filler? We should have gotten something cool. We got what's his name last week? Oliphant.
Yeah,
Timothy Oliphant. We got face shot of Tamora Morrison. Not that he did a whole lot, but his face was there.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going with that.
I don't. It's lousy show running. It really is. It's like, why? It's almost like, why bother to watch if this is all we're going to get? And this is what you start out with.
Yeah,
it's like you didn't want to grab your audience.
There's got to be some kind of payoff, or people are going to lose interest.
I agree, Dave Bob. Absolutely.
I think we called Baby Yoda a garbage compactor at one point.
We did. If it moves, I eat it.
He's kind of like that little kid. Give it to Mikey. He hates everything, and he likes it. I think Yoda likes everything.
Oh, still wish that Ice Spider would attach to his face.
It almost bored into the top of his head. That small one almost bored.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those are brain boring spiders.
Oh, Mark brings up an interesting point. Was that Rex or Boba Fett? That's the question. Rex. There is someone who confirmed that the rebel with the white beard in Return of the Jedi was Rex. On Endor, he is the rebel that went down with the strike team, with Luke and Han and Leia's strike team, and he's got this big white beard. Supposedly, that's Rex.
That's interesting. I never heard that one.
Let me see if I can, before we get out of here real quick, let me see if I can pull up Rex in Return. of the Jedi. 'Cause there was a picture. I put this up in a stream at some point. Yeah, here we go. All right. So let me share this. So supposedly that's Rex.
Really?
And yeah, they talked about that at Star Wars Celebration. That guy with the white beard right there that's on Endor with the team, that was Rex. And I would love for them to officially bring that into canon. That would be really cool because I love Clone Wars. I love Clone Wars.
I haven't watched it. Did you watch the Disney Clone Wars or the one on Cartoon Network?
The one on Cartoon Network that eventually went to Netflix, that eventually went to Disney.
Oh,
I think they're all on Disney now.
Yeah, they're all on Disney now. They started on Cartoon Network and they went to Netflix. Netflix did the Lost episodes. And then we got Disney picking up the last season of it. And the last season was okay, but I hated the sisters. I just hated that. I hated the sisters.
They had the agenda in there.
Let's shave half of this chick's head and do a comb over. And I'm like, why? And have Ahsoka just
comb over.
You gotta wonder. Ahsoka was a general. She was a general in the Republic Army, and she's hanging out with these people now. It made absolutely no sense to me.
My, how the mighty have fallen.
No, that's what you get with Disney. That is what you get with Disney. So, guys, we will be back next week. We will be back next Friday and do episode 3. What would you guys give a rating on this before we get out of here?
It gets a C. It's average.
Yeah.
It's average. Again, it would be higher if it was towards the middle to the end of the season, but this close to the start of the season, C.
Yeah, definitely no higher than a C.
No, I agree. The comedy saved this. The X-Wings, the fact that they got the X-Wings, they get things right. They're getting the aesthetics, the sound, the feel of Star Wars. It's just the stories have been sucking.
Big time.
So far, the stories have just not impressed. So I completely agree with the panel. It gets a C from me. I don't even know point system what I'd give it, but it gets a C. It's no better than last week's. So we will be back next week to watch episode 3. Thank you, Lorraine, and thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with us and do this, Dave. Bob, thank you for being my co-pilot here.
I love doing this.
Yeah, likewise.
Everyone in chat, take care. Mornings of Mischief will be back on Monday. We don't have anything going on this weekend, so everyone take care. Have a good one. If you are in the Discord, we are going to try and play Among Us on Saturday. So if you want to come in, hang out, and play Among Us, it'll be on the Discord. Everybody have a great weekend, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification.